On the dividend news, we'll go ahead and start off with the bad one, which is Walgreens Boots Alliance now cut its dividend by 47.9% to 25 cents quarterly. This ends the 48 years of annual increases from WBA. But on the good note, guys, we do have the first dividend hike of 2024. Bank OZK hiked its dividend by 2.7% to 38 cents quarterly per share. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here bringing you episode 220 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold, what dividends came in. And this is actually the first update of 2024. So that is pretty awesome as well to show you guys in this video. We will be going over 5 companies that are expected to announce a dividend raise in the month of January, so definitely stick around. But you guys already know we come back every single week or every single Sunday for any of the new viewers. We actually have these scripts. This is our projected amount of dividends broken down in certain categories from our portfolio and how much it's projected to generate. Every single Sunday we come back. By the end of the video, we kick off these scripts, and then we see this actually grow and increase over time. So it's very awesome because we do have goals. We continue to dollar cost average into the portfolio every single week, no matter what it's doing. But as you guys can kind of see already on the annual dividends, I have not added the amount of money we made for the month of December in dividends. So I'll be making a video out shortly. I'll probably release it Monday or Tuesday, and then I'll let you guys know how much we made in total for the month of December, which should wrap up 2023. Which, guys, December was such a great month for dividend income. We actually broke some records. So if we do look at the quarterly dividends, we're waiting on December, and then I'll make that video so you guys can kind of see how much we grew it. We definitely surpassed Q3 of 2023, which was over $1,031. Every 3 months now we're making over $1,000 in passive income from this dividend projected portfolio. As you guys can kind of see that the quarterly dividends, this is back in 2019 Q1 we were only making $100 every 3 months, and look at this staircase. It's getting bigger and bigger. I cannot wait what 5, 10, 15, 20 years this portfolio will be generating, especially because we continue to compound and reinvest those dividends on top of that. If we do look at the options premium, we did start the month of January for 2024, which is that we made about $17.34 right now. Options return I have not updated, but this is what we ended up for 2023 for the full year. Not a huge amount, but at least we ended in the green. And then if I show you guys here that we do actually have goals, so I need to actually write up the goals for 2024. So I'm not going to really go over these, but guys, these goals are very, very important because they get you focused for the full year, and try to meet expectations, or maybe you don't meet the expectations, but at least you have something you aim for, and you try to stay disciplined. Of course, we did have 2 goals. We definitely, or I guess 3 or 4, I would say maybe 4 goals that we did reach out of all of these, and I'm happy with those. Out of that, if I didn't have a goal list, I would have not known what I did achieve and what I didn't achieve. But one of the things is that if you guys could help me out, if you're a new viewer or a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, consider subscribing with that bell notification. Help me reach the 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it as well. If you guys wouldn't mind, drop a big thumbs up. Everybody that's watching, drop a big thumbs up. Costs you nothing, helps out the channel, and I definitely appreciate it. But I'll be making some new goals for 2024. I'll be letting you guys know what we'll be doing for that. And if I do show you guys here on the options, so far for January, $17.34 where we're at now for the first week of the month. And then if I show you guys on the dividend payouts, these are the dividends we are projected to collect and that are upcoming or that have been announced. So we will be getting Altria's, which we did make the ex-dividend date. We'll be getting paid on the 10th of January. We are getting that special dividend from Costco, which was $15 per share. This is another script I do have, guys. It's available for free. Check it out. believe I have it in the tutorials. And then we have JP Morgan, which will be paying out on the 31st of January, $1.05. And then we'll be starting off Starbucks and Microsoft which will be February and March, which I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah guys, let's go ahead and get started with the video. Alright guys, so as you guys can kind of see, the portfolio is at $225,575.28. On the day change, we are up by $351.22, which is about 0.16%. On the 1 year change, it's showing that we're up by $41,726, which actually I need to do it for the 2 years here. And then you'll see that it's a little bit different on the 2 year change. It's gone down. If we look at the year to date, this is just from January, we are up by $113.54. And then if I show you guys here on the positions, you can kind of see that it's not showing anything on the I have a script that hides my account numbers, but I guess some of this did change a little bit, but we are up in the green by 26.47%, and capital appreciation that we have not taken profits on. And then cost base is 177,000, and then on the actual cash balance, we do have $582.01. A lot of this will be going into SCHD because this is the money I got from the mutual fund that we get paid monthly, almost a 5% return, which is very, very awesome. And if we do look here, we do have 2 covered calls on Apple. We're in the money. They're actually going to be expiring on the 19th of January, and then their strike price 165. So I'll continue to manage these. Apple has been slightly going down this past week, so hopefully it goes down some more and we can actually roll up and see where we end up. We do have a JP Morgan as well. We have a covered call on this one. We're also in the money by 160, and then it expires on the 19th. And then we have a couple other companies that will eventually try to get to 100 shares. I'm kind of trying to stay away from selling covered calls right now, more towards cash secured puts. And if you'll see here, we also have SCHD. We have 743 shares of SCHD. We do have 1 covered call on SCHD, which we're in the money on this one as well. This one will expire on the 19th, so I'm gonna be managing those 3 covered calls that I do have. And then we do have SNSXX, which is US Treasury money mutual fund for our money that's uninvested. This is kind of pure cash. It's low risk. We're collecting about 5% return on $49,000. We do get paid monthly, so we use that income to try to pay, or I guess buy more shares of SCHD. And in the long term, I think this will be a great strategy, because right now what I'm doing is I'm selling cash secured puts against Microsoft, and I'm also trying to sell some against SCHD. And then majority of those cash secured puts do expire worthless, which then I use that premium to buy more shares as well. We're also collecting the 5% on the uninvested cash, so it's a great return there. It's actually a higher return than, of course, if I was to dump these 49,000 into SCHD, I would actually be making more just keeping it uninvested on this US Treasury plus the cash secured puts. In the long term, it will pay off. If we look here, we're in the green by $24,807, which if we do look back in 2022, guys, we were in the red, and then around 2023 January we're still in the red, and finally 2023 we just continue going upwards. We are up by 12.38% in the green. If we do look here at the investment income, we're projected to make about $6,791.18 in the next 12 months, which averages out about $565.93 in the next 12 months on a monthly basis. For February, we're projected to make about $294.97, March about $857.20, and then April $545.63, which is great to see, guys. And if we do look here at the history, guys, we do have it to start filtering out from the 1st, which is January 1st, 2024, all the way till the 7th. And then if we scroll down, there wasn't much activity this week. I was kind of busy, but as you'll see here on the 2nd of January, I ended up buying $100 worth of JP Morgan, which bought about 0.58 shares. at about $169. That is because JP Morgan was going ex-dividend date, so I try to buy the company, $100 of the company before it hits ex-dividend date. That way we can collect that dividend, and that dividend drips back into the company, and those little crumbs do in the long term will compound and buy a little bit more shares, and we'll see that snowball get larger and larger, which is a beautiful thing. On the second as well, I did do a sell to open, so I sold a cash secured put on Microsoft that expired on the 5th of January, which was a weekly with a strike price of $352.50. We did get paid about $17.34 after fees, and I might actually be selling next week. I might sell some more cash secure puts against Microsoft at a closer strike price. And then we did get on the 2nd of January, we got the reinvestment of the Lockheed Martin dividend, so it dripped $103.48 back into itself, buying about a 0.22 shares at about $460. And then on the second and third, I deposited $100 for the JP Morgan ex-dividend date, and then $100 to dollar cost average to the portfolio. I actually got busy this week and was not able to place a trade to buy another $100 worth of a company, so I'll be doing that this coming week, and that'll grow the snowball much larger. But if we look here, guys, we have this calculate dividends, which goes out and sees what companies paid us out in dividends, or it just adds it up. Let's go ahead and check out how much we collected in dividends this past week. So if we look, we made $0 in passive income this week, guys, but that's okay. We'll be getting some juicy dividends next week from Costco and Altria, so I'm definitely looking forward to it, and it'll be exciting. But let's go ahead and jump over, guys, to the 5 companies that are expected to announce dividend raises hopefully in the month of January. We will see. So the first one is going to be INTC, Intel Corporation. I am not sure if they will be actually announcing a dividend raise, because last year they did cut their dividend, but I went ahead and put it on the list because typically January is when they announce a dividend raise, if they do plan to do that. They're currently trading about $46.89. I do have this on Seeking Alpha under the dividend scorecard. If we look here, they are in the information technology. Dividend yield is a 1.07%. Annual payout, they pay 50 cents for every per annual payout ratio. Not sure if it's accurate, but it's 163.33%, which wouldn't be right if they're probably not going to raise it if that's correct. 5-year CAGR is actually in the negative 9.22%. Dividend growth 0. That is because they cut the dividend last year. They do pay out quarterly, which they pay out 13 cents every quarter. And then if we do look here, guys, on the dividend history and kind of show you guys, so if we do look here on the they were paying I guess we'll do 2022 so I can kind of show you. So they were paying on the first quarter, they were paying 36 cents, and then if we do look here to the previous quarter, on the fourth quarter of 2021, they were paying 34 cents, so they raised their dividend. And if we look when that announced was, that was in January 26, 2022. If of course first quarter, it seems like they raised their dividend on the first quarter, so they announced that on January 21st, 2021. So potentially towards the end of January, if they do plan to raise their dividend. I am not 100% sure on this company if they will be announcing it, but let's go ahead and move on to the next one, guys, which is ticker symbol KMB, Kimberly Clark Corporation, currently trading about $122.25. If we do look down here, they are in the consumer staples sector. Dividend yield is a 3.86%. Annual payout is $4.72. Payout ratio is 71.21%. 5-year CAGR is very low, 3.37%. And then they've been growing their dividend over 50 years now. They do pay out quarterly, which you'll get $1.18 from them. If we do scroll here, so we should kind of receive about a 3% dividend raise if the 5-year CAGR is correct. So typically, if we look at 2022, they were paying $1.16, and then on the 2023 they raised it to $1.18, and that was in the first quarter when they announced that. If we look at 2021 as well, $1.14, and then on the first quarter $1.16 for 2022. So if we do look here to the right, you'll see that in the first quarter they announced that on January 25th, 2023, and then January 26th, 2022. So probably towards the end of January as well is when they'll announce a dividend raise if they do plan to continue that streak. Let's go ahead and move on to the third one, which is ticker symbol CVX, Chevron Corporation, currently trading about $150.40. If we do scroll down here, they are in the energy sector. Dividend yield is a 4.02%. Annual payout, they do pay out about $6.04. And then the payout ratio is 43.21%. 5-year CAGR is a 6.16%. And then dividend growth is 36 years that they've been growing it. They do pay out quarterly, which they'll pay you out $1.51 every single quarter. If we do look at the dividend history, hopefully they should most likely get a 6% dividend raise from them if we look at the 5-year CAGR on that. But if we look at 2022, they were paying $1.42, and then on the first quarter of 2023 they raised it to $1.51. Same thing if we look at 2021, they were paying $1.34, and then in 2022 they raised it to $1.42. So the first quarter of every year is when they announced that. So let's go ahead and see when they do that. So they did announce that on January 25th, 2023, and then January 26th, 2022. And so typically towards the end of January when we'll see that dividend raise if they do plan to do that. Let's go ahead and move on to the second to last one, which is ticker symbol CMCSA, Comcast Corporation, currently trading about $43.04. If we do scroll down here, they are in the communication services, and then if we look here, dividend yield is a 2.70%. Annual payout is $1.16. Payout ratio is very low, 28.86%. 5-year CAGR is an 8.83%. A lot better 5-year CAGR on this one. 6 years of dividend growth, and they do pay out quarterly, which they do pay out 29 cents every single quarter. So if they do raise their dividend, it should be an 8 to 9% dividend raise if we look at the 5-year CAGR going off of that. But if we look at 2022, guys, they were paying 27 cents, and then on the first quarter they were paying 27 cents as well for 2023, and the second quarter when they raised it to 29 cents. Of course, if we look at 22 as well, first quarter 25 cents, and then the second quarter 27 cents. So it's in the second quarter when they do raise their dividend, or at least announce a dividend raise. So if we look here, second quarter is January 26, 2023, and then 2022 January 27th, 2022. So everything will be towards the end of January, it sounds like, for these companies. Let's go ahead and move on to the last one, guys, which is ticker symbol APD, Air Products and Chemicals, currently trading about $270.15. They are in the material sector. Dividend yield is a 2.59%. Annual payout is $7. Payout ratio is 59.69%. 5-year CAGR is a 9.73%. Very, very juicy 5-year CAGR on this one. They've been growing their dividend for over 41 years here, and then the quarterly dividend, which is $1.75 every single quarter. And then if we do look over here on the dividend history, typically, you know, going off the 5-year CAGR, it should be close to a 9 to 10% dividend yield. We'll see, or I guess dividend raise, we'll see what happens there. But if we do look here on the 2021, we can kind of see that they were paying $1.50 on the fourth quarter of 2021, and then the first quarter of 2022 they raised it to $1.62. If we do look at the quarter for the first quarter of 2023, they raised it to $1.75 from $1.62. So it's typically the first quarter of the year. So if we look over here to the right, they typically announce that on January 26, 2023. And then 2022, they actually announced it on February 3rd, 2022. So it's most likely going to be towards the end of January, potentially into February. So we'll see if they do announce a dividend raise. It should hopefully be a 9 to 10% dividend raise, unless they're going to plan to start you know, cutting back on the raise percentage there. But that's all 5 company, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you own any of these 5 companies. Are you guys expected to get a dividend raise? Is there any other companies I did actually miss out? Let me know in the comment section. I'll add them for next year. And let's go ahead and wrap up this video by jumping over to the Google Sheet so we can see how much we grew that dividend snowball. All right, guys, so I'm here at the dashboard. You'll see here that I already have this copy over here, so we can kind of see the difference on how much we grew everything. But if we look at the options premium again for the month of January for the new year, we're at $17.34. Rate of return on the options that's not updated yet, so I'll be updating that this week hopefully. And then options here, you'll see that for the first week of 2024 for January, we made $17.34, which is kind of the total year right now. We'll see what we do next week. If we look at the dividend payout, these are the companies right now. We'll go ahead and kick it off and see if any new companies you know, announce the dividend raise, or not a dividend raise, but just announce a dividend in general, get latest dividends. This will get wiped. It'll go out and calculate from my portfolio investments I have, see if any new companies announced it, and it looks like nothing really got announced this week. But if we do look here, guys, on the settings, we'll go ahead and get rid of this, and I'll jump over to Empower so we can grab the latest version of my portfolio that contains all the purchases from this past week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're here at Empower on my Schwab account. You'll see this green button is called Copy Holdings. This is a script I have as well. This copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which then I can go right here, right click, paste special values only. Now we have and you know, a string. We have a copy of my positions. This is the old snapshot from last week, so once I go over here to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped and it'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted. Again, I do have tutorials for all this stuff, guys. It's available for free on my channel. Again, all I ask in return is that you subscribed with that notification and you drop a big thumbs up on my videos, so I can keep this content for free, or I guess the scripts. But let's go ahead and click update portfolio holdings. You'll see that this will get wiped. It'll start parsing everything for us, and then we can jump back over here to the dashboard and you'll see everything. We'll see how much we grew everything up. And so now if we look here, guys, on the projected dividend yield, 3.65% compared to 3.03%. And then on the projected dividend yield on cost, it went up to 4.62% compared to 3.84%. And then on the yearly, we're projected to make $8,223.81 compared to $6,827.30, which is very interesting. I'm gonna have to look. That's a huge jump there. The only thing I could think of is that it's finally counting the Costco one correctly, but if not, we'll see what happens there, because I only purchased $100 worth of JP Morgan this week. And then if we look at the monthly, it's apparently projected to make $685.32. Hopefully that is accurate. And we went up from $568.94. So again, I'll have to double check on this, but on the weekly, we're projected to make $158.15 compared to $131.29. On the day, $22.53, hourly 94 cents. So we're getting very close to $1 per hour. That would be very, very awesome, actually. And then on the hourly work, which this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $3.95. Eventually, we're going to try to get this to minimum wage. How cool would that be, guys? But, you know, we're going to eventually live off of this. Our portfolios are going to go work for us. We're going to generate this in passive income while we do the hobbies we want to do, the stuff we want to do, without having to do a 9-to-5 job again. But yeah, guys, this is actually all I have for you guys in this portfolio update. Let me know in the comment section, you know, if you guys own any of those companies that are expected to announce a dividend raise in the month of January. And don't forget to subscribe with the notification. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it as well. If you guys wouldn't mind, drop a big thumbs up on the video. It goes a long way. I definitely appreciate it. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, go ahead and drop a hashtag raises, letting me know that you guys watched the whole video. Definitely appreciate it, guys. And I will talk to you guys later. We're gonna have such a great month, or I guess a great year in general, 2024. We're gonna make a lot of profits, collect a lot of premium, collect a lot of dividends, and grow our net worth. So stick around, and we'll see how we end up for the year of 2024. I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.